just upward pressure. So I'd say that's like a little bit positive. Now the thing about these pressure points is that if there is no pain, there is no pain. You can stick your finger in as deep as you want and the horse will not react. So don't think, oh, they're reacting because I'm using too much pressure. The second one is down the brachiocephalic. We're just going to squeeze it. Oh, so I'd say that was positive. So I'd say I didn't really have anything, but down here, a bit positive. Then we're going to go to the shoulder joint, and we're just going to palpate around the edge of the joint. Just make sure there's no joint pain. Then to the tricep, this one you imagine that you've, it's all right, buddy. Yeah, no. That you've put it cross, and we're going straight in the middle of the cross. Now this one, I tend to like to, normally I'd be doing it from here. I was just trying to accommodate. I like to hold the horse so that they know I'm not asking them to move over. Because some horses are very obliging. So it's just a pressure, nothing. Hello. So then we have our back. With your back, you have a spinous ligaments that run down next to your spine. I guarantee I can make any horse dip its back by running my fingers down either side of its spine. Same with you guys. If I came up to you and dragged my fingers down, you'd probably go like that. We want to feel the health of the muscle. So we're going to zigzag it. So with a horse of this size, you probably want to do a zigzag up the top and a zigzag just above the shelf of the ribs. Someone like Opal, your zigzag could probably cover the whole back, just one zigzag. So start at the start of the wither. So what we're looking for is any spasms, any dipping away, any fasciculation, which is tremors. Like I'm using a lot of pressure. So here we start to get some fasciculation through here and some dipping, and the texture changes. So it gets worse as it goes back. Then we come up the lumbar, not so bad. So for him, to me, that's right where the back of the saddle sits. Which doesn't surprise me, seeing as
he's got a high wither.
So far they're yet to find a saddle that actually fits him really nicely.
Yeah.
So it's not so bad lower down. So the next thing I'd be looking at is actually how wide is the channel of the saddle. Is that pinching him? Because their saddles are really awesome. They get narrower as they go to the cantle. But what happens to the spinous processes? They get wider.
I don't know who to sign that.
So yeah, so that would be the next thing I'd look at. Then we go to the last rib. Just careful with mares. And you're just running your finger up the last rib. And what you're trying to feel is this bit here. Because that's where your medial gluteal tongue inserts, and in some horses that can be really painful. He clearly couldn't kill it. Then we're going to our pelvis. So first thing we want to do is put some pressure on the tubercoxy. I'd like a little bit of a dip, but I don't want them like dropping. And I kind of, if they don't do anything, that worries me a little too. So a bit there.
So that bit's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Then we go up to the tubus sacrali and we're going to squeeze them together. So a bit of flexion is okay, but I don't want them collapsing, and he doesn't really even seem to care. Then we're moving to the greater trochanter of femur, his hip joint, and we're just going to palpate around the outside. he looks kind of concerned, but he's not really reacting. Moving to the ischiatic tuberosity. This one we're just going to pull it towards us. So this one, I'm okay with them like swaying. I don't want them like spasming under my hands or kind of dropping. Then the last, then smack bang between the tubercocci and the tuber sacrali, sort of directly over your sacroiliac joint, except that it wouldn't really be sacroiliac pain because now we've seen how deep the sacroiliac joint is. It'd be more gluteal pain. We're just going to palpate. Not too worried about that. So he dropped the first time, but it was more, then I did it a few more times just to see if I could, if he was painful, you know, the whole time. And he wasn't, so I think the first time I kind of just shocked him.
It was response to pressure.
The ones that are sore, you'll go back and do it again and they'll be like, ooh, that hurt, ooh. Or they'll start to go like,
Try and
don't.
kick it. Yeah.
Then the last one is a stifle stability. So this is more testing the muscles that are supporting the stifle rather than the stifle itself. You're going to hold the stifle just in case you feel anything weird. You're going to find the back of your greater trochanter of femur and you're going to run up the poverty. Look, his is already here. Up the poverty line. And what I want is nothing. So the fact that he is moving his stifle shows to me that there's a little bit of discomfort there. But you can kind of tell by looking at him that he does not have enough muscle to support the stifle. So I'm not surprised. Buckling is a common one you'll get. That's not so good at all. So, who remembers all that?